And so now comes the narration time. I get to use my voiceover skills for that.
And I'm gonna narrate it just like this. There was a guy named Li Bing.
3, 4.
If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide.
According to Wikipedia, the Dujiangyan is an ancient irrigation system in Dujiangyan City, Sichuan, China. Originally constructed around 256 BC by the state of Qin as an irrigation and flood control project, it is still in use today. The system's infrastructure develops on the Min River, Minjiang, the longest tributary of the Yangtze River. The area is in the west part of the Chengdu Plain between the Sichuan Basin and the Tibetan Plateau. Originally, the Min River would rush down from the Min Mountains and slow down abruptly after reaching the Chengdu Plain, filling the watercourse with silt, thus making the nearby areas extremely prone to floods. Li Bing, then governor of Shu for the state of Qin, and his son headed the construction of the Dujiangyan, which harnessed the river using a new method of channeling and dividing the water rather than simply damming it. The water management scheme is still in use today to irrigate over 5,300 square kilometers or 2,000 square miles of land in the region. Watch this.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way. Nothing can ruin my day. No matter what anyone does or say, I smile and lose. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up. And I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop.
I was wanting him to do that.
Time.
It's too hot. Now I'm cool. One of the main reasons we came out here was to see this temple. The guy that came out here, his name's Li Bing. I mentioned him earlier in the beginning of the episode. He's the engineer that helped build all these dikes and irrigation systems 2,000 years ago. Well, they found actually 3 statues. 2 of the statues were of him. And on this, how they know that it's an actual statue of him is his family name is written on there, and Sichuan is written on there, and a little bit older Chinese characters. But this statue happens to be the oldest statue in China that they have found of any individual or of any particular area. So I'm going to show you this real quickly. It's really cool. And they just closed the door. Oh, thank God I took pictures of it and video beforehand. So what I'll do is just narrate over that. It happens. It's happened when you don't work for Travel Channel and you get connections to leave the doors open. It's funny that happened. But like I said, I filmed it. And so now comes the narration time. I get to use my voiceover skills for that.
And I'm gonna narrate it just like this. There was a guy named Li Bing, and he was famous, and people worshiped him.
Li Bing was a Chinese hydraulic engineer and politician of the Warring States period. He served the state of Qin as an administrator and has become renowned for his association with the Dujiangyan irrigation system, the construction of which he is traditionally said to have instigated and overseen. Because of the importance of this 2,000-year-old irrigation system to the development of Sichuan and the Yangtze River region, Li Bing became a great Chinese cultural icon, held as a great civil administrator and water conservation expert. In Chinese mythology, he is known as the vanquisher of the river god and is compared to the great Yu. Dujiangyan is still in use today and is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
So some of the tools that they built to control water flow were these things right here. They actually still use it today. It's bamboo, kind of large nets with rocks in it. And they use it to slow the flow of water. There we go. Oh, tip. That's why they're happy. 我给你钱. We just got ripped off. 20 kwai for each person in the picture. Tricked us. Xie xie. Xie xie. You can charge me the shake of the hand, right? It's only 5 kwai for just shaking his hand. Or I guess it would be his hoof because he's a pig, right? Another Marlboro hat. I don't know if you remember, if you saw one of my other videos, how they came up with Marlboro. They couldn't use Marlboro because it's patented. So they came out with Marlboro. Sounds like it. That's all pork, and I think there's some beef in the back. But they smoke this and heavily salt it, and it's very tasty. Very tasty. 你好。
你好，
好吃吗？
好吃，来不来串吗？有五香麻辣番茄酱的。
米香。不 OK， 要。
还有番茄酱的，要不要串？
就包了。Quail eggs. It looks really good. My brother was here. He'd be eating those things raw. He loves those things raw. So from a distance, when I first saw this bridge that goes over this water, I saw a ton of people sitting in here, but I didn't realize why there were so many. I mean, it's shaded, but with the cold mountain water coming through here, it just feels like an air conditioning, and it is so refreshing. Very nice. That's the remedial dance class. They failed the first ones. They're working on it. There's no music. See that a lot. They like dancing out in the courtyards. This is the nightly thing they do everywhere in China. They go out to the different courtyards and do their dance. Ask Cui Cui if she does it. She says it's for older women. Gotta wash these puppies off with a power washer. She didn't believe him. Yeah, so apparently Cui Cui didn't believe him that he was charging us the right, that his scales were done incorrectly, that his scales were skewed. 是吗？你香吗，妈妈？ She was worried that he was ripping her off.
I feel only 5 yuan. He told me 6 yuan.
You were Chinese to the bone. You're definitely Chinese to the bone.
他卖的很便宜 cheap. But put that here told me 6 yuan. I said little. 马马虎虎。
Goes your way, so I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way. I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way. I won't slow down. I'm strolling.